Hi, so I'm recording this video today to share the orgasmic epiphany that I had at 4 o'clock this morning. Um, so essentially there were 4 scenes that played out and which led to this beautiful breakthrough for me. So 4 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't sleep. I was very uneasy and I felt like crying. I tried to investigate. I could not for the life of me fathom why I felt like crying so much. So I allowed it and I wept and wept and wept. That was scene 1. Scene 2 that happened in my mind once the tears dried up was somewhere in mid-2000s. I had gone to Spain with my ex-husband for a holiday and we were doing the normal rounds, museums, etc. And I think we were at Museo del Prado, and there was Dali, there was Picasso, there was definitely his blue period, and maybe even saw Guernica. And as we were walking out, I started to weep, and my ex-husband said, "What happened to you, Ninna?" And I said, "Sabu, did I ever tell you that I wanted to be an artist?" And he said, "Yeah, you can still study art." So I went ahead and I did study art. When I moved to America, but I didn't become Picasso and I didn't become Dali. So that was scene 2. Fast forward all the way to September 2019 when my life really changed, and it was like this rapid, realization after realization that happened. I mean, from being in the media where you had people responding to you like boom, 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 you are not dealing with PAs or EAs at the position where I was. I mean, I would talk to people directly, and no matter who you were, I didn't encourage people to put these kind of, you want me to write about you? You have a story worthwhile writing? By all means, I will do it. I'm not going to suck up to anybody. Could not do it, will not do it. Sweetie, love you, darling, for you, anything, Baba, anything for you. Ninna, you want a guest author article by tomorrow morning? Boom, by tonight you'll have it. September 2019, phone calls, not responded to. Emails, forget about it. If anything, somebody's EA or PA would respond to me. Many people. So what happened to me was I was desperately trying to find meaning, right? I would not see any of the good that was happening in my life. I would see, this one hasn't been nice to me anymore, and that one hasn't been nice to me. So I tried to latch on to other people's causes and voices, and literally like chasing celebrity essentially, and in the endeavor to make my voice heard. And I mean, to the point of like badgering my friends to help me on social media, and that's going to change now. And then of course the big bad world of social media happened to me, where I realized that people who pretend to be your friends are not really your friends. So that was a very, very painful realization that happened to me, and that was scene 3. Scene 4. It was a recollection of what had happened just about 2 days ago. I was sitting with my daughter, and she was playing with some new app she's found on her iPad, which is to design homes. And she said, "Mama, I've done 4 floors. Can you help me with the 5th?" And I said to her, I said, "Baba, why don't you ask Nana, because Nana is an architect." And she said, "But Mama, I want you to do it." So I started fiddling with it, and like when you're sitting with children, suddenly you'll start telling some old story. And I said to her, I said, "Baba, did I ever tell you that I have always worshipped your Nana, and I still do?" And she looks very disinterested. "Yeah." I said, "From the time that I was a kid, just the way Nana, even today when he's driving somewhere or he meets somebody, he just kind of does this. I mean, forget Tony Soprano. My dad is like the mafia in my head, like King Kong, Red Indian chief. And just the way he carries himself with such dignity, and the way he navigates difficult situations, and he's such a powerful man, he's God for me, even today." Madam was totally disinterested, and suddenly, without even looking up from her iPad, she says, "Mama, you know something?" I said, "Yeah, Baba." I've never wanted to be anybody else but myself. And I was like, boom. And by this time it was probably 6:30 because I'd played so many stories in my mind, and I said, oh my goodness, what is sticking out to me? The scene 1, me crying, scene 2 of wanting to be somebody, scene 3 of anchoring myself with other people, again not owning my voice, and scene 4 where my little one tells me she wants to be nobody but herself. And I had this massive epiphany, this penny drop moment that happened to me, where I kind of realized that I don't need to be Dali, I don't need to be Picasso, I don't need to be Tata, I don't need to be Birla, I don't need to be Kelly Clare. All I need to be is Nina, and that's all I need to be heard, because all other voices are taken. And finally it made sense to me. I hope this resonates with you, and you have some sort of breakthrough like this, and that's the beauty of therapy actually that happens, is that you start thinking, you start kind of things just come together because you're working on yourself constantly. So I hope you found this helpful, and thank you for listening in.